I don't know if you're a fellow girly in ministry just like me, if you're a girl preacher too, or girl minister, or if you're just genuinely curious, then whatever, this video is still for you. I'm also curious about how people like do different professions and different businesses and different things. So hey, I'm with you. I'm curious too. But I will be sharing some tidbits this week of what's it like being a woman in ministry, some of the challenges, some of the blessings, some of the difficulties, because being a woman minister is actually very highly contested, especially in different denominations. And if I sound out of breath, I'm so sorry. I am literally getting over the flu and it's been a struggle. But I approach being a woman in ministry with a whole lot of respect and with awe and reverence. I feel so grateful to be able to carry God's message, to represent God on this earth, and to be given the opportunities that I have been given. That doesn't come without a set of challenges, because there are people who don't believe that I should get to hold a microphone and preach and teach, and I respect that. I think a lot of people might approach that with anger or bitterness, but I think that's something we have to be careful of not falling into. I approach being in ministry with a lot of respect, and I know there's women in certain denominations who don't get the chance to preach or teach to a crowd. And so I do that with a lot of gratitude, because my denomination does accept that. And I also feel like, the Bible is very clear on women. Like, it doesn't tell us that we have less value than men. Yes, there is an order, and I do really believe that. That's constantly seen in the scriptures, where there is an order of us as wives submitting to our husbands. However, the Bible also says the husband is to love the wife as Christ loves the church and be willing to give his life up for her. That to me is just such a powerful statement of how valuable women are to God. So this is certainly not going to be like this end of video about like, can women minister, can they not? This is me sharing my story and my perspective, and I hope that it's received with as much grace and kindness as I am trying to share it with all of you. And if you're a girl who says, hey, I want to be in ministry, I feel a call of God, I happen to be the kind of person that does believe that that is okay and that you can be used by God. However, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of like, can women do this? Can women do that? I personally am just a minister, but I am not the pastor of a church. I also am not seeking to be a pastor of a church on my own. Rather, I am a married woman. And so, yeah, I have been a worship pastor. I have done that alongside my husband. I have led like a youth group, a middle school group. I have led various ministries, but always like being very, very respectful and not being like, hey, I'm the girl boss, I'm taking over. It's always with a heart to serve. And I currently am not like a pastor. I am a part of the ministry team at my church. So that means preaching, teaching, helping out in whatever areas I'm needed. Basically, I just serve wherever I'm needed. I also play piano and I sing. So really, I just serve where I'm needed. And that is such my heart behind ministry. Working at a church is really, really hard work. And yeah, so that's a little bit of my background in ministry. So let me show you how I'm preparing to put my sermon together for the Sunday. So I want to show you my setup, and let's get into it. My business stuff over here, but this is an area where I can get by myself behind a closed door and just really have time to practice. So this is what I'm using to prepare for my sermon. I talk about this Bible all the time. If you're curious, I talk about it a lot in this channel. It is the Dayspring Christian Standard Bible. That's the translation, and it's the illustrating Bible. It's currently available on Amazon. I think I saw it on sale for like $40 something, but it usually runs between $60 and $70, which is a splurge if you ask me for a Bible, but it's been really worth it because I mean, this thing is a hunker. It is thick. She's thick and pretty and gorgeous, and she's just beautiful. So the pages look like this. This is like the actual text of the Bible, and then it has a ton of space around it, and the pages are like really, 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 really thin. Or thick, I'm sorry. The pages are really thick, and so it allows for me to be able to highlight in it, take all sorts of notes, and hint. This is where I'm going to be preaching out of the book of 2 Timothy in the Bible. So, I mean, obviously in the Bible. But this is how my studying can get really crazy. This is like my personal study time. I use stickers, I use markers. So I've already been reading 2 Timothy. I did a 7-day Bible reading challenge. So if you want to check out that video, it'll be linked down below. But y'all, God is so good that during that 7-day Bible reading challenge, I was asked to preach at the church that I'm preaching at this Sunday, and God pretty much gave me the sermon. He like downloaded it. He told me, I just really felt like I was supposed to preach out of 2 Timothy. And so I am so excited because literally God gave me a sermon before I even knew I had to preach. Like 2 Timothy was really speaking to me, and it was really a message about like ministry, and I'm actually preaching at a church for Pastor Appreciation Day, so it just really made sense. Like it was so good. And so yeah, I'm going to be preaching off of 2 Timothy, which I've already read and studied in depth. So this sermon is going to be one of the easiest sermons to put together because I've already studied the heck out of scripture, and I'll get into my process in just a little bit. So yeah, this huge Bible sheet part of it, this is where all my notes are and just kind of ready to go. This is my HP laptop. This is the MV laptop. This is a sermon that I did the other day. Let me show you guys this. Let's see what you think. So I just preached at my local church a couple of weeks ago, and I had just gotten my new iPad, which I'm really happy about. And I downloaded GoodNotes, which a lot of you probably already know what GoodNotes is. On GoodNotes, you can create all kinds of notebooks, and I decided to write my sermon on here, and I like hand wrote it with my Apple Pen, and it ended up working so very well for me, because sometimes when I write sermons on just a Word document, which I was gonna do that, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hand write it, and it's actually easier for me. What I do like about Word is that you can delete and move things and stuff like that. On here, once you write it, you can't really pick it up and move it. You know what I'm saying? It's like normal writing in a sense. But honestly, I am a very visual person, and many times when I am preaching a sermon, like I will find that I am lost a little bit. Like I forget. You kind of do have to memorize your sermon in a sense, so that when you're speaking, you don't keep looking down at your notes or your iPad or your computer. And that can be kind of distracting to the audience when you kind of break eye contact from them. And by the way, when you're preaching, like I have found that you don't really look people in the eye. That's something my pastor told me. Like you don't look people in the eye, you actually look over them. Because, well, first of all, that's kind of awkward. You can make people feel uncomfortable. And if you're in a part of your sermon when you're saying like something that might be hard to swallow, people can take it personally. And it's not that we don't want to hurt feelings. I mean, we don't want to hurt feelings, but there are times where God's going to lead us to give correction or say something that maybe is a little bit hard to swallow, but we don't want to be looking people straight in the eye. It just looks creepy and like you're saying it directly to them. So it's like different public speaking things that you learn along the way, and a lot of them I have learned from my pastor. I'm sorry, y'all, I keep running out of breath because I am still kind of congested. So when you kind of keep breaking that connection with the audience because you keep looking down at your notes, like it really breaks the concentration a little bit. So it's just these little public speaking things that help to keep people's focus. So I think this is exactly how I'm going to write my sermon. I'm just going to create a new notebook, but I'm going to make it with no cover so it gives me less things to flip. And I'm going to call it Fan the Flame, and you will see why in just a second, because I am going to be preaching out of 2 Timothy, where Paul is the writer of the book. He tells Timothy, fan the flame. So that is what my sermon is going to be about. So I think I made the decision that I am going to write the sermon by hand. So I actually just got off work, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a few minutes of sermon prep in. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I completely forgot that we actually have to leave by 6:30 to make it to church at 7. And I swear we're always late. So now I have to try to get ready in like 28 minutes, which should be plenty of time, except for me, it's not. So I know I'm terrible. I need to be better at that. But anyways, Oh, my hair is doing like all sorts of poofy things. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for sermon prep to happen tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I did consider skipping church tonight so I can have more time for sermon prep, because I also have a market on Saturday, and so it's just gonna be really busy, but that's not right. I need to go to church and receive as well. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, dinner is not ready yet. Dan is still working on it, which means that we're probably gonna eat dinner when we get home from church, which is not the healthiest thing to eat chicken Alfredo at night, but we're pretty hungry and we're just not gonna have time to get ready and also eat dinner. So, and that happens sometimes on really busy weeks. We had to, it's so funny because that happened, we made chicken Alfredo too last time. It was a meeting, yeah, we had to go to a meeting at church on a Tuesday and we didn't get to eat dinner either, and Daniel had also made chicken Alfredo, so that is hilarious. We're about to learn very quickly that whenever I insert a voiceover is because there is certainly foolishness afoot, okay? So I am not going to be the kind of minister or Christian that will wear exhaustion as a badge of honor. I don't think it is. In fact, God calls us to rest. And so when we talk about getting busy in church and being at church every weekend, and I am doing 1,000 things and serving in 1,000 ways and somehow wear that as a badge of honor, I will not be the kind of person that says that that's okay. For us, weeks like this where we're extremely busy, and I'm actually living one of those weeks right now, where out of the 5 days of the week, I'll be there 4, like Tuesday through Friday, I have something at church. That is like the exception. That's like the random week. I will always, me and Daniel will have conversations about how we will not try to do 1,000 things at church that will leave us exhausted. I mean, when do we get to spend time with Jesus? When do we get to spend time together? I think it's super important for those of us who are in ministry to understand and realize God doesn't call us to exhaust ourselves to death. In fact, He calls us to rest and spend time with our families, and church can wait and other things can wait. But the priority is that we get our rest with our family, because that is the best version of ourselves when we are rested and full of Jesus and full of the Holy Spirit and full of patience, not when we are burnt out. Hello, so I am currently editing a video that has to go out today. I don't even have the thumbnail yet, but it's pretty close to being done. It's actually a week in my life as I am Bible studying. I did a 7-day challenge where I read the Bible for 1 hour every single day, and it did not go perfectly, and it is a really fun video. I haven't had so much fun editing a video in a while and just getting really creative with it and getting raw with it and just sharing with you guys like my authentic experience. So I really hope that you enjoyed that video. I have not gotten a chance to do any sermon prep because I was hoping to do some yesterday, but we got home late from church yesterday and honestly went straight to bed. We actually ate dinner and then we went straight to bed. And so I wanted to get this video done so when I get off of work today, I can just go ahead and go straight into sermon prep. Tomorrow night, I can just do sermon prep, and Saturday night, I can just get fully ready. I work a full-time job, so after I'm done editing, I just have 10 more minutes before I need to log into my job at my office. Then I will just go to work, and then tonight I will go ahead and give the whole evening to getting ready for the sermon. But yeah, today is going to be a very, very busy day. I always have my little companion here. Hi, baby cakes. Hi, baby cakes. Hi, baby cakes. Hi. So just got off of work. It was a busy one today, but we're gonna go and grab some dinner, and I can't wait to show y'all my favorite food right now. Oh, the weather's nice.
Oh, it's kind of...
If you are a girl that if you just love your belt bags, this is kind of a cross between like a side bag and a belt bag. I'm obsessed. I bought this thing for like $20 and it just holds so much stuff, but then it just also looks like super cute. I love it. And when we go to Disney World, oh my God, it's a tiny little dog.
Where?
Oh my gosh. Do you want me to catch it?
No, Carla.
No. Is it their dog?
I believe so.
Are you sure? They have a fence though.
I know, so I don't think it's their dog.
You know, I can't judge people because I lost my little dog all the time.
The dog that size?
Because I would forget. I would go outside and forget her. I know it's bad, but she usually came to the door when she was ready and we didn't have a fence, but like there was just the off day a couple times a year where she would just leave. I'm sorry if it's loud. My husband's truck is loud.
All right, first of all.
But now. So I'm making myself some pancakes before I have to get logged into work and do all of that. Oh, let me turn my phone off. So I'm watching more episodes of Call the Midwife while I cook breakfast. I am still a little bit congested from being sick last week. I haven't gotten this sick honestly since I had COVID, which is a little bit traumatizing and a little bit, it was just, you know, it brought back memories. If you don't know our story, my husband is a COVID survivor. He went into multi-organ failure, had to go on a machine called ECMO, which is the most advanced type of life support, and ended up having to get a kidney transplant. Anyways, he's doing great now. He's actually doing amazing. He is back in school, and he's actually looking to start working in the school system, so because he wants to get into education. So yeah, it's you know, it's been a whirlwind, but we're so grateful to where we are right now. So I have to keep stopping to cough. My goodness, it's been so annoying to be sick. Like I'm not a person that gets sick. I'm a nurse, and when I used to work in the hospital, I don't know, my immune system got great. I just never got sick. But then again, I was exposed to everything under the sun. Anyways, I'm gonna cook some breakfast, log into work, and hopefully tonight I can get a ton of sermon prep done, because tomorrow is our market and I'm so excited. And of course I'm gonna bring you along because I want you to see everything.
So I really love preaching, but it is always such like a stressful thing to me because I feel like I don't know, I just get really stressed out. And I think that stress, and I have Chick-fil-A for dinner, no regrets. But I feel like preaching can feel really stressful sometimes, because I feel like we can psych ourselves out as preachers sometimes because we want to impress the audience that we're talking to. But like, okay, yeah, we did a whole sermon of like really awesome hard-hitting nuggets, but like it's not even about that. It's really, when I am preparing a sermon, I try to envision the people that God has called me to speak to. So whatever that church is, you know, whatever I feel in my heart that people need to hear, because God he'll show you, you know, and it might not be this like out-of-body experience. God speaks to you, this is what you have to say. Sometimes God does that, man. Sometimes God will be like, this is exactly what you're going to say when you take that microphone. But, you know, sometimes God will just be like, this is just the message I'm giving you. It's a simple one. It's not meant to impress anyone, but like, this is what I'm showing you, and this is what you're going to do. So
like 7:30ish in the morning. I don't usually like wake up super early before I have to pray, but I could not sleep, and I was like, you know what, I have to get up anyways and do a quick bend. If the dog hits the camera, Susu, come here, puppy. There you go. And he did, but I had to wake up anyways real quick to submit a vendor application for a women's event at a church next week, yeah, next Saturday. And so I had to get that done this morning anyways, as soon as possible. So I don't think I had told you guys that just yet, but that's why I'm preaching at this church. It's Pastor Appreciation Day, and it's my mom's church, and my sister's also a pastor there. So I'm gonna go and, you know, honor them, but also I'm the guest preacher that, you know, today. So I have to go and get a few gift cards for them. I already have some gifts. I'm sorry if you hear something loud. My dog is just hyper. I had a market yesterday, and I bought my sister a couple of things, because there is just nothing like getting a very personalized gift. And my sister's love language is like gifts. Mine is like, if you do, you know, acts of service. If you do something for me, I'm happy. But like, my sister loves getting gifts. So I got her like some very unique gifts. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to spend some time in prayer, take advantage of the time that I woke up early. I'm blown away by the information that like God has helped me to learn, and I just know it's from the Lord. Obviously, I'm never gonna preach something I just don't feel like God is on it, but this one just feels different. It feels special. I'm really excited to preach it, and I don't feel nervous. I feel like this eerie calm. I just feel like God's gonna do something beautiful today. So yeah, I'm really excited, and really tired because we had a market yesterday and it's always very physical, like getting the table set up and talking to customers all day, and we're outside in the sun and everything. So I do feel very, very tired.
Pues no valía la pena.
It wasn't worth it.
Se necesitaba el fuego.
They needed fire.
Porque con el fuego
Because with the fire,
se podía sobrevivir.
you were able to survive.
Hermano, ¿cuántos saben que en nuestra vida espiritual es lo mismo?
How many know that in our spiritual life it's the same?
Pagan el fuego.
And there's a lot of situations in life that stop our fire.
Y así se encontraba el joven Timoteo.
And that's how Timothy found himself.
El joven Timoteo, los teólogos piensan que tenía entre 20 y 22 años de edad.
Theologians believe that Timothy was around 20 to 21 years old
Cuando es llamado al ministerio
when he was called to ministry.
y lo enviaron a la ciudad de Éfeso.
And they sent him to the city of Ephesus.
Una ciudad donde había abundancia, había riquezas.
In the city where there was an abundance, there was riches.
Era una ciudad comercial.
It was a commercial region.
All right, so we actually just got back from church and I didn't get to show you my outfit before we headed out because we were in a little bit of a hurry. The service started at 10 and I think we got out of here like at 9:45, 9:50. And the church is really like 7 minutes away, but we got there right at 10, which I don't like to usually do, but it was just one of those mornings where we got behind schedule. Funny enough, Daniel was supposed to buy me breakfast and he forgot. Like we were in a rush for some reason.
Oh, so you hate me now?
No, I don't hate you, but literally like the worship had just ended. I'm like, why am I starving? I just ate. And then I looked at Daniel and I said, Daniel, did you buy me breakfast? And he was like, oh, I forgot. I was like, I forgot to eat. Anyways, it's all good. But the service was amazing. It looked like everyone received, and the message was really a message of encouragement, and just everyone seemed to receive it super well, and that was really exciting. And it went really, really well. The worship, funny enough, one of the girls during worship read and like verbatim said something about the Bible verse that I was going to use as my main verse for the whole service. So that was trippy, but it was such a God thing. What are the odds that she would use that Bible verse, which is fan the flame? It's in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1. So it's just like, what are the odds? God just confirmed that, and it was really cool. And then it was my time to preach, and y'all, I wore these shoes and literally it's like walking on wood. Like I think they're literally made out of wood, and my foot just, I'm wearing this sweater vest because this, I'm gonna just show you guys real quick. Like that's my skin. Like this dress has a very low cut, like the V of the dress is like down here, so it's a very low cut dress, and then it has these cutouts on the sides. So I was like, well, the sweater vest trend is really cute and I really like it, and it's fall, so I was like, I'll just do the sweater vest. I don't know if I love the way it looks, but I think it's kind of cute. And then I just added all of my jewelry, and then I wore these shoes that I literally have had since like 2016, and they're kind of comfy, but like as the day goes on, my foot just starts slipping down and they get uncomfortable. So my feet are killing me right now. And that's always a thing when I preach, because you stand for all of worship and then you stand for your whole sermon, which is about 30 to 45 minutes. And I felt like I preached a long time today. I'm not sure how long I preached, but it went super well. I like flowed, and I did it in Spanish, which Spanish is technically my first language, but I don't flow as well in Spanish as I do English. I prefer English, but my husband translated for me. I think we're gonna go to Disney World.
we're annual pass holders, so I think we're gonna go and hang out. Well, we decided we are gonna go to Disney. We decided we're just gonna go to Disney. I have a ton of energy. I don't know, I'm in the mood to go out, so we're gonna go to Disney. This is my Disney outfit. Let me show you guys in case you need some inspiration for some modest outfits. I'm just wearing this t-shirt. It's a shirt that I got from Walmart. My sunglasses are from Zenny, so they do have a prescription on them. I love this fit of this t-shirt. It's just, I bought it like huge, so I love it because I can wear it with biker shorts. And then I have this really cute skirt. I am a short girl, so I can get away with tennis skirts that aren't super long. So I like that. And then I have these Birkenstock okay. I'm gonna show you outside because my dog wants to be in the video. So we just got back in the car. It is 6 p.m. I am just sweated out. I am tired. We ended up having a really good time. If you're curious about what it's been like for me to start a business in 2023 and try to grow it to eventually be a full-time job, but right now it's just a part-time side hustle, then if you're interested in that, follow my journey. I am making tons of vlogs about it. It is a faith-based business where I sell jewelry with Christian meanings behind it. I'm growing it and involving myself in a ton of markets. I am in the middle of market season, which is super busy for small business owners such as myself. It is a very, very busy season. So I am bringing you guys along for all of it. We can learn together, encourage each other, because being a small business owner in 2023 is not easy. And so I love sharing my resources and my take on everything, especially as a Christian business owners, because my husband's definitely a co-owner, how we're doing this. And it's been super fun. I have more ministry vlogs coming and vlogs about my husband's health journey. If you're someone who struggles with chronic illness, you will not want to miss those vlogs. And you can also check out the videos that will pop up on the screen if you want to watch more videos from me. I'll see you next week. Take care and be blessed.